So first, I just want to thank you for being here today. I'm going to ask you just a few questions. Just try to answer them as honestly as you can and no pressure. What is the most challenging thing about being a woman, and how do you navigate that experience?
I would say the most challenging thing is knowing your place. This world, country wasn't exactly designed by women, so things like maternity leave isn't paid for. Living in a world that is not made for you, and how do I navigate that? I think I'm very fortunate. It was a painful experience, but I am uniquely myself. So I just kind of don't care. I'm just going to do me.
So I guess for me personally would be trying to be what everyone else wants me to be or needs me to be for them. Trying to overcome that is, I guess, trying to have a balance. A lot of things that they can do for their self, right? But I take it upon myself to do it because I want to. I think I put too much pressure on my own self versus what they actually want or need from me. So I think the biggest challenge is getting through my own thoughts of what I should be doing, I guess.
It's hard to, especially today, it's hard to live your truth simply because there's so many social pressures as far as like getting married or having children or having a career or just staying at home. Like so many people have different views of what a woman should be doing. I think my biggest challenge is I'm a very honest person. In college, I was a little too honest, lost a couple of friends. I see you. I apologize. But being able to be honest and stand in my truth without offending anyone, and still being supportive of other women and understanding of other women has probably been one of my biggest challenges or my learning curve. Since I've gotten older, I've definitely grown in that aspect, and I've enjoyed having those conversations that don't align with mine.
Now, how hard was that for question?
Really hard. I kept saying, and I'm like, girl, you took public speaking. Like, stop. Like, please stop. I'm talking to myself while I'm talking to you. And I'm like, did I even say that? So, yes.
Me personally, probably would be being comfortable in my femininity. Is that how you would say that? I'm not very comfortable in that position a lot of times. I've had to be such a strong person my whole life, and, things in life had made me not be able to live in that. And so, but yeah, I think it's important because that's who I am. I'm a woman, and I should be a woman. And it's okay to be a woman. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be soft and sensitive. You don't always have to be hard. So, yeah, that's how I navigated it.
Okay.
How was that as an icebreaker?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
In what ways are you a traditional and non-traditional wife?
Oh, God, I'm actually really bad at the traditional. I don't cook as well as my husband does. I don't clean as well as he does. I'm one of those people let's wash the clothes today and put them up next week. So non-traditional sense, killing it. And I think this should be understood that whenever I got married, I was 7 months pregnant. So a lot of my experience in that is tied to motherhood. That's another problem is my mom, which is who I guess you learn things from. She cooks, she cleans, she goes to work. She worked night shift for us, so we didn't have to go to daycare. My upbringing wasn't woman-centric, fit into that role. It was more so just be great. The limits don't exist.
I definitely feel like I should do more of the women duties. So I cook most of the meals. I clean most of the house. I definitely take care of Amaya. I wouldn't say more than him, but maybe it's just because she's a girl. I don't know. Traditionally, I feel like I try to take the role as a woman that is put into women's heads when they grow up, I guess. I would say I'm non-traditional because I do ask Micah for a lot of help. I'm taking a break, right? You're cooking, you're cleaning, and you're gonna give Maya a bath. I don't expect him to take care of me financially. Is that me being non-traditional?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like the non-traditional part of me is not expecting my husband to be a traditional, back in the day husband. I feel like he has his own life as well. Things that I do, cooking, cleaning, yeah, I have a lot more guilt to do that because I feel like that's my job without it being my job. But I want him to be able to enjoy himself, right? So I feel like I'm non-traditional in that way, but I do traditional things.
That's it.
Okay.
That's the answer.
when people immediately assume a wife, you think of the person that cooks and cleans and takes care of the children, takes care of everybody, really. And I do, but my husband helps me. We joke around and he was like, you definitely take this 50-50 seriously. I sure do. Yes, sir, get your kids, you know? So and that's probably where I'm non-traditional. I do all the cooking, he can't cook. I do most of the cleaning, but you know, he helps where he can. I fold all the laundry. You know, there's certain things that he just refuses. Tries to pick up where he slacks. And I think that's where we are more non-traditional. We take it day by day.
Traditional as far as keeping the house clean, you know, cooking dinner, being a supportive, well, that's just a wife in general. Is that what a wife is? Like to liven up things or change it up a little bit and take control of the situation. And my husband kind of just goes with the flow and supports me. So that's cool.
So it sounds like you have in your marriage the freedom to lead in certain situations.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Okay, and that's the part that's not traditional.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Do you think your husband cares about that? Like the fact that you're not
Oh
traditional?
no, he's very comfortable in his self and us and our relationship. No, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Describe a time when you fell short of being the wife you wanted to be.
I think it's kind of been a common theme for me, actually, and it came to a head not too long ago. They developed me as an individual, and I realized I was really selfish in my relationship. And I was thinking, like, well, what are my needs? And my needs aren't being met. Instead of thinking, what are our needs? I felt like I let him down in that way. I let myself down, too.
I can't think of like an actual time, but I think I do fall short often just by not supporting him how he wants to be supported. So like, for instance, he has a lot of interest in things that he likes to do that I'm not interested in. Okay, so I try to at least act like I'm interested because he's so happy to talk to me about it, but it's so hard and he knows that I'm annoyed. And so I feel like that kind of like hurts him a little, maybe his ego, or maybe just the fact that he might have to call somebody else to talk to about it because his own wife doesn't want to. That's so hard because I support him doing whatever he wants to do, but I just don't want to hear about it. Is that bad?
That's honest.
Okay.
It's honest.
But that's so bad.
But it's honest.
Honestly, I've only been a wife for about 2 years. You know, I'm perfect. I'm just kidding. But honestly, I haven't felt like I fell short simply because we created a good foundation prior to getting married. Like we were together about 6 years before we got married. During that time, we were able to figure out how we want our marriage to look. Like it looks different for every couple. Knock on wood, it's gonna come. Let's be honest, it's gonna happen. But it has not happened yet that I have felt short of being a wife of my expectation or his.
Honestly, there's a lot of times that I feel like I fell short. Maybe sometimes when I support it because I need to be. I'm about to start crying. I don't like to feel that way, I guess, so it made me emotional. But we're opposites, right? So a lot of his fascinations and things that he cares about or things he's interested in are completely opposite of me and are actually totally boring to me. But the same thing with me. So things that I like, he necessarily doesn't like. Not I wish, but I guess now I do care more and I do pay attention more and I do definitely try to not do that anymore. Yeah.
Fill in the blank. My husband deserves more what from me?
I mean, I'm everything he needs. My husband deserves more following from me. He sees the big picture just fine. Like, you can't really, in my opinion, have two leaders. Like, someone's got to lead and someone's got to follow. And I should follow him more. He knows what he's doing.
I'm not about to say what Micah would want me to say.
Other people did, I promise.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, that's definitely one thing.
Yeah, that's everybody's first reaction.
Does he really deserve it?
This is hard. Yeah, it is because I can think of like a million things. I guess like my attitude and like my anger, like how do I put that into that to where it would make sense?
Because if you're more patient, you have less of an attitude.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
He wants, like any other male would, more sex. Like they think they should have sex every single day. Every day. And he even told me, 3 times a week is fine. I accomplished that goal. I'm gonna knock it out the park. Ain't enough. It never will be enough. So please, like again, go back to my first question. Stand in your truth. Like this is what I'm gonna give you. You have to accept it or not accept it. Around the holidays, around Christmas, you might get a little more. But I'm sure if you ask him that question, he deserves more sex. And he gonna get what he get. Okay?
So I think Micah deserves more patience from me, more understanding, and I was gonna say what I think I want him to say, but I'm not gonna say that. My mom gonna watch this. So I get mad a lot, and whenever I get mad, it's hard for me to see past my anger, even if I know I'm wrong. So I will blow up, and I will not come down until I want to come down. So Micah deserves better than that.
I'm like, so what you want?
I was like, well, if you want more sex, I'll stop cooking. You just starve and go eat Taco Bell every day. If you want more sex, I'll give it to you. And then that's it. That's it.
Good.
At this point in our relationship, I would definitely say attention.
Does he ask for more attention, or you just feel like that's what's missing?
I feel like that's what's missing just here lately, just because we're around each other. But I guess that, how you feeling today, honey? Or, I don't know, just trying to really build each other up every single day, just motivating each other every single day. And just being involved with each other every single day and stuff like that.
What has been your biggest sacrifice going into marriage that you didn't anticipate?
Getting married was a lot because it was a lot of changes at once. Once again, I was 7 months pregnant, so my body was changing, and then my name changed. Like, who is this new person? Like, I have no idea because I'm trying to figure out who I am as a mom and who I am as this new person. So I'd say the biggest sacrifice was really myself. My old self had to die so I could become something new. And that was a lot. I'm going to accept that statement that some people might see it as a loss of individuality, but the sum should be greater than the parts, right? So why not give up yourself if you can be something greater?
I just feel like me and Micah never really gave up anything or...
Then say that. Because what that does, it lets people know that being married don't always mean that you have to give up something. I'm not married yet, so I wouldn't know. I listen.
Okay.
So if the answer is nothing, then the answer is nothing. There's no sacrifice that you didn't anticipate.
One reason I think is because we were together for so long before we got married, first of all. So I feel like the sacrifices we did make were very, very beginning, which I guess if you rephrase it, if we got married in the beginning, I feel like some things that I sacrificed would be just time for myself. I guess like thinking about myself first, but not selfishly.
Probably compromising. I know that sounds so crazy, but like a marriage is a compromise. Like people love saying that. That's their favorite thing to say. It's like so cliche. But I didn't realize how big of a compromise you'll have to give. Or, if you know me, I am like very like type A. Like I want it my way. I want it this way, but I still want you to do it. Like I'm not going to step in and do it for you. Like I thought I could compromise on like simple things. Like, oh, what do you want for dinner? Whatever you want, babe. Lies. It's like everything. It's everything and more. I enjoy reaching out to the other wives in my group. Like, girl, what you... Because they're not going to tell me to leave my husband. They're going to give me some valuable advice. Or they might let me vent and be like, okay, you done? You want a margarita? And I'll be like, yes. You already know where I want to be. Not here. Not with these kids and this husband. Who are these people? But I love it. I love being married. If you can't tell. If you can't tell, I really do. I will do it again.
Sacrifice. That's such a hard... I feel like it's a harsh word. I feel like sacrifice, you're giving enough, you're not really getting anything back. Are you getting stuff back for it?
You can sacrifice for something greater.
Yeah.
You think that you're getting. So it's not like sacrifice means you don't get anything back, but it does mean to lose something. So the heart of the question is, what is something that you gave up that you didn't know you would have to give up to be married?
My solidarity, just because when I do want to be alone, you can't get away. I mean, you can get away, but like obviously I can't like get away by myself, like take a vacation for a week by myself, or I could, but what could happen after that? I don't think I lost anything, honestly, because when I got with him, I was completely broken, and I barely had myself, and so in a way, because I kind of feel like he's helped me gain a lot more. So I didn't really sacrifice a whole lot to be in a marriage with the man I'm married to now. So trying to deal with life as a 16-year-old kid, completely broken, and it just tore me all the rest of the way back down.
Can you go get us some tissue? Go get us some tissue then.
So,
Yeah, go get us some tissue. Be careful.
I mean, honestly, when I met my husband, I was on drugs and homeless and in an abusive relationship, and a lot of other things. No self-esteem, no nothing.
Just hand her, yeah.
But
There's a paper towel, but it'll do the job.
no, it works. So, I mean, also, that's what I say. That's what I mean when I say broken. Yeah. I was on drugs, homeless, in an abusive relationship, tragic childhood, etc. Literally saved me. I called him as I was leaving, and
That's beautiful.
he came and got me, and my sister, and her baby.
Do you know how beautiful your spirit is? Has anybody told you that? That you have such a beautiful spirit. Just listening to you.
Thanks.
I'm happy that you came out of all of that.
Thank you.
Somebody is going to be listening to this, and they're going to come out of it too because you shared this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
What is something you learned about your husband that you didn't know prior to marriage?
He did not fart until we got married. Like, it was so rude. That sounds sad, but that was it.
Well, I definitely didn't know that he would ever know how to cook good food. I didn't know how much of like a minimalist he is. Like, he could literally have nothing and be totally fine with it.
He's a nurturer. So during our first child, I had to go through cesarean, unexpected. And baby, when he had to clean me, like in the hospital, that opened my eyes. That was the day I fell in love with him. I think naturally a woman wants to be the nurturer, or is conditioned to be the nurturer in society. And so to see your husband or your partner be that is just, it threw me for a loop. It shocked me. I was like, okay, put a ring on it. Fine. Yes, that was when I knew. When he had to clean up blood and clean my stitches and put a diaper on me, baby. That was it for me. A little choked up a little bit, but you ain't gonna have me crying. I don't cry over no man. No, just kidding.
Prior to marriage.
And this is going to be hard for you because y'all were together for so long.
Right. So we were together for 7 years before we got married. I knew what I was getting myself into, and I took the ring, so I don't really know that there was anything that I really found out afterwards.
Wow.
I wasn't finna let that go.
So you know everything. You knew everything.
Mhm.
That's fine.
Yep. I knew it. I wanted it. And I got it.
I know that's right.
What attributes does your husband have that set him apart from any other men that you dated?
I answered questions in a circle, but y'all are going to get it today. Here's the tea. I've never been attracted to someone for this long. I look at that man and be like, damn, he's mine. Ooh, he's fine. Can I say tall is an attribute? Because
It's an attribute.
that man is 6'7". Does he need a personality after that? He does. He still has one, though. He does.
I guess definitely his want to make me happy. So like, he really, 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 really wants me to be happy. Also, he loves me for exactly who I am. So don't cry, Azia.
I don't know if I can say it's an attribute, but like when I touch him, it's like all of my cells finally spin in the same direction. Whereas before it's just chaos. Like this one's over here and this one's over here, and it's just like spinning every which way. And as soon as he touches me, it's just like it all makes sense and comes to be. It's crazy. I love that man.
I'm a type A. I am bossy. I'm a lot to deal with. And he has so much patience. He calls me annoying a lot, which is fine. I accept it. I'm very self-aware. And so his patience, the way he loves, like he loves his friends, his family. Like when you tell me that you have a friend from kindergarten, I'm like, all my friends came from the last 10, 15 years of my life, okay? And so that shows how deep in the loyalty and the respect goes for him. I love that man so deeply. Nobody could never tell me nothing, okay?
He has a lot, honestly. So, of course, he's the most sexy man I've ever seen, right? There's nobody else sexier than him. Super strong. He's so strong. His arms are like this big around. Super attentive to me. He was super into me. He was, I would say he chased me. I knew he wanted me and I knew he loved me. And so he's a big, strong, sensitive guy, right? And so that's what set him apart, I guess, is because you're so super strong and just that warm home feeling of safety, I guess, and love and genuine. And I know he's here and I know he's going to be there. And no matter what I've gone through, if he's at the end of it, I'm going to be okay, you know? So, and I'm going to make it.
This was a beautiful conversation.
Oh, thank you.
That's you. That's it. Short and sweet.
That's it.
Thank you so much.
That's a wrap. Yes!
Okay.
Just kidding.
So I'm going to have you pick up your transmitter. It's going to feel kind of weird.
Okay.
Pick it up.